What if the life you dream of isn't missing? You're just leaking the time that would build it? Today, you'll all discover the small shift that separates people who merely pass the days from those who reshape their future starting right now. Let me ask you something simple, almost uncomfortable. When was the last time you did something that your future self would clap for? Not something flashy, not something big, just something that pointed you a tiny bit closer to who you want to be. Most people can't answer that. And it's not because they're lazy or unmotivated or secretly allergic to progress. It's because we've been trained to treat time like an endless buffet, always assuming there is more coming, always thinking, I'll pick something better next round. But here's the twist nobody warns you about. The buffet does close, and it closes earlier than we expect. We don't notice how quickly days slip away because life is full of tiny, comfortable traps. Checking one more notification, opening a social app for a second, telling yourself you'll start that project after lunch, and after dinner, then tomorrow. Meanwhile, the version of you that you dream about, the calmer you, the fitter you, the braver you, the successful you, is tapping their foot like someone waiting at the airport for a ride that never shows up. Time isn't just minutes on a clock. It's raw material. Every moment you spend drifting is a block of marble you throw away, and your future self has to sculpt with whatever you leave behind. That is why people wake up one day and realize they've been living on repeat for years, same patterns, same routines, same unfulfilled goals, playing like background music they've stopped noticing. And it's not because they don't care. It's because they never learned that protecting your time is the most loving, urgent form of self-respect you can practice. Imagine this. Your time is like a small river running through a mountain. You can let it wander everywhere, soaking random patches of ground, splashing into little puddles, or you can guide it to carve a canyon. One gives you soggy shoes. The other creates landscapes. The difference is direction. And here's where things get interesting, because the moment you stop drifting and start owning your minutes, something wild happens. You feel lighter. You feel stronger. You feel like you're finally steering your life instead of riding in the trunk. The people who transform their lives aren't superhuman. They're simply done renting their hours out to distraction. But there's a question you must face before anything can change. What's the real cost of giving your time away without noticing? The real cost is simple. When you give away your time, you give away your future. And here, as the part nobody wants to admit, someone else is already using the same hours you have to build the life you keep postponing. Not because they're smarter, not because they have better luck, but because they treat time like a limited resource, not a loose suggestion. The people who shape their lives start with one key idea. You don't manage time, you choose it. Every minute is a vote cast for the person you become. When you scroll mindlessly, you're voting for stagnation. When you choose comfort over effort, you're voting for the version of you that stays exactly where you are. When you take one small, intentional action, even something tiny, you're voting for progress. This is what I call life ownership. It's the opposite of living on autopilot. It's the moment you stop blaming circumstances and start using them. It's choosing meaning over noise. It's us deciding that even if the world pulls on your schedule like a toddler with sticky hands, you're still the one holding the steering wheel. Here's the truth. Your potential doesn't disappear. It waits, patiently, sometimes too patiently. But every day you delay, that potential loses momentum, like a rocket that never gets enough force to break gravity. Think about anyone you admire, an artist, an athlete, a builder, a teacher who changed your life. They didn't start with more hours. They started with better decisions. They created systems instead of waiting for motivation to strike like a lightning bolt. They used their mornings, their pockets of silence, their messy circumstances. They didn't look for the ideal time. They built with the time they had. And the best part? Owning your time doesn't require radical changes. You don't need a perfect planner or a billionaire morning routine, or a silent retreat in the woods where you talk only to squirrels. You need one thing, a clear direction for your minutes. But here's where people struggle. They don't know the first step. So here's the big question. How do you actually take back your time without burning out or becoming a productivity robot? You take back your time by starting with one meaningful action, small, doable, and honest. Not dramatic, not exhausting. Something that tells your mind, we're moving now. That first step is powerful because it breaks the spell of inertia. It switches you from drifting to directing. Here's how it works. Choose one task you've avoided. One call, one page, one workout, one decision. It doesn't matter if it's tiny. What matters is that it's intentional. The moment you complete it, you wake up a part of yourself that's been half asleep, your sense of agency. It asks the part of you that remembers you not a spectator in your own story. And the beautiful thing is that your brain loves momentum. Once you do one meaningful action, the next one becomes easier. Then the next. Soon your minutes begin to line up like loyal soldiers instead of running away like startled birds. You begin to feel a shift, not just in your schedule, but in your identity. You start thinking like someone who leads their life instead of someone who reacts to it. And yes, distractions will still come. Life will still get noisy. People will still demand your attention. But when you own your time, you respond with intention. You decide when you give energy and when you protect it. Your life becomes a series of chosen moments, not accidental ones. And this is where transformation happens. Not in huge leaps, not in dramatic reinventions, but in the steady, consistent ownership of your minutes. That's how you close the gap between who you are and who you want to be. That's how you become the rare 1%, not the richest, not the smartest, but the ones who refuse to waste the most precious currency they have. So here's your invitation. Choose one action today, one step, one decision that your future self will look back on and say, that was the moment everything shifted. And if this message spoke to you, if it lit even a small spark, hit that subscribe button. Not because the algorithm wants it, but because you are choosing environments that help you grow. Stick around. Let's build something meaningful together, one intentional minute at a time.